This is your astrological forecast for Leo in 2022. January through March. This astrology forecast is for those who have their sun in Leo or a Leo Ascendant, also known as the rising sign. In the beginning of January, Mars, the planet of action and ambition, is in mutable fire Sagittarius, forming a harmonious aspect to your sun and rising sign. If you are starting something new, it is ideal to start it immediately before Mars moves out of Sagittarius and into Capricorn on January 24th. Through January, Venus, Pluto, and Mercury form a stellium in cardinal Earth Capricorn in your 6th house of work, service, and health. The key word for this stellium is idealism, which represents developing and executing plans of your own through intensive labor. This area of the zodiac also has to do with drawing your ideas and inspiration from the spirit world through the cultivation of higher emotions. You may feel or sense yourself guided by unseen phenomena originating from the spirit world. Venus is retrograde during the time of her conjunction with Pluto. You may experience a slowing down or decrease in your income for a short time, especially if you're pouring out money for a new project. Pluto represents the tearing down of structures to build anew. He's been in your 6th house in Capricorn since 2008 and will be there until December of 2024. Pluto's process is slow, deep work, and often hidden and secretive. Venus is attraction and repulsion, desire, love, pleasure, and our relationship to things. Mercury will only be part of this configuration a short time. However, he represents your concrete, practical mind or everyday thinking. Mercury represents communication, writing, teaching, speaking, learning, and commerce. This aspect is occurring in your 6th house, forming an inconjunction or crisis situation to your sun and ascendant in your 1st house of self. Your ascendant is said to represent much of your personality, at least how other people view your personality. As a Leo, you would be fun-loving, outgoing, the center of attention, and have a specific group of people you surround yourself with. Oftentimes, Leos have a place where they like to be or hang out, like a lair, where they feel most comfortable. It is your place where you are the leader or the one in charge. Leo is symbolized by the lion. A lion is very protective of their home, family, and those in his or her inner circle. The ascendant also represents your life mission. As I said earlier, you want to be acting on your ideas, ambitions, and projects before the 24th of January. This is because a situation may come up regarding your 6th house of work, service, or health. When Mars transits into Capricorn, he'll change from being in a fire sign to being in an earth sign. Fire signs go good together. Earth either puts out fire or allows the fire to burn. As we move into February, Mars continues in direct motion, approaching Venus, now moving direct, and Pluto. Mercury has moved into Aquarius and is no longer part of the stellium that occurred in January. On February 24th, Mars and Venus reach an exact conjunction, forming a stellium with Pluto, still in Capricorn, in the keyword idealism. During this time, it is advised to try and be careful. Mars together with Pluto can cause accidents and injuries, especially since it is in your house of health. Mars can cause you to act out. Watch how your ego reacts to certain situations and try your best not to act in ways that can cause an accident or get yourself hurt. With Venus in the mix, with Pluto and Mars, you may find yourself attracted to a particular job that is dangerous or even secretive. Or you may be doing something that is undercover or something you aren't allowed to speak about. This may go against who you are and what you stand for or believe in. You may work in the healthcare field and are doing things that you know you're not supposed to be doing, or hiding and suppressing what you know. Mars may propel you to act out and do something about the secrets you've been keeping. This is what may put you in the danger zone. Mars leaves Capricorn and enters Aquarius on March 6th, so you don't have to worry about this for very long. April through June. On April 4th, Mars will conjunct Saturn in fixed air Aquarius in the keyword repression in your 7th house of marriage and partnership. This can be business partnerships as well. Repression is about becoming unrepressed. How do we do this with the planet of repression and fear in this area of the zodiac? Through pushing through the fear with Mars's willpower. The world may be pushing fear at you, but you will be pushing back. Leos are leaders and lions don't back down from a fight. They don't cower to fear. Mars will propel you to work diligently to overcome repression in your life. Saturn-Mars forms an opposition to your Sun and Ascendant, so you may find yourself in uncomfortable situations. Remember, Saturn-Mars are in your house of marriage and partnership, so tension or strains may have to be dealt with now. You'll have to work on your marriage or partnership harder than ever right now. Business partnerships may be a strain on you as well. This can be a time where as hard as you try, the business partnership or marriage doesn't work out and you decide to go your separate ways. It is possible to work things out. Saturn-Mars opposing your ascendant is showing this could be a time in your life where you've worked hard to get to where you are in life, and your partner or partners or enemies are jealous or angry because your success has become a threat of some sort to them. You are on the upward climb, so don't allow anyone to stop you from your success. Saturn-Mars squares the nodes, and the nodes square your Sun ascendant, so you'll be conflicted during this time between where you want to be headed in the future and where you don't want to be headed, which is backwards in the past. So whatever situation arises, be thinking about your future. Don't fall on past behaviors of handling things either. Your future lies in the North Node in the 3rd or Wisdom Decanate of Taurus in the keyword Mastership. Mastership has to do with mastering the physical world and using the world to attain spiritual goals. It has to do with how you use your abilities and the power you possess. A master of something is an expert. Whether a spiritual master or a master of a certain trade, they are the wise ones who don't get off track very easily. Look towards the end goal and use your self-mastery to get you through this period. The South Node is in the Wisdom Decanate of Scorpio in the keyword attainment. Attainment refers to having intense emotions and vivid ideas. The power of your sexual energy will want to propel you into attaining physical and mental achievements. You'll feel drawn to wanting a partner, usually of the opposite sex, to stimulate your ambitions and ideals. A person who strives to make a success of life. If you have this person in your life, are they detracting you from your usefulness? Is your marriage or partnership inspiring you or taking you away from that which is important? You don't want to fall back into a pattern of detracting away from who you are and your mission in life. Remember, you want to be looking forward to being the master of your life. It is up to you to set the rules and boundaries with people and not allow them to take you away from what is important to you and your success. Beginning in March and going until the end of May, Jupiter conjuncts Neptune in Pisces in your 8th house of your subconscious, debt, taxes, inheritance, shared money, or other people's money, and death. The exact conjunction occurs on April 11th in the keyword vicissitudes. Pisces is a mutable water sign and ruled by Neptune-Jupiter, so both planets are in great strength during this time and forming an inconjunction to your ascendant. Neptune is the highest vibrational frequency of the planetary energies, and so Neptune can cause you to become confused, disillusioned, or disoriented by matters. Neptune in the 8th house is a good time to be in therapy, specifically psychotherapy, in dealing with issues regarding your past. During this time, both nodes form harmonious aspects to Neptune-Jupiter, supporting healing your past in order to move towards a brighter future. Neptune is about dissolving boundaries. For you, we are talking about dissolving psychological boundaries that affect your egoic mind. Jupiter is the planet of the bigger picture, growth, optimism, abundance, and expansion. However, Jupiter is associated with being the guru, sage, and wise one. Together with Neptune, Jupiter is asking you to trust in something you are unsure of because it is beyond your understanding. What you are trusting in or being asked to believe in may go against what you believe to be right. However, the key word is vicissitudes, which has to do with recapitulating your life in ways we often expect from other areas of the zodiac. Neptune and Jupiter are in the last portion of the sign they rule, which is a big deal. They are in the spiritual decanate, and Neptune is the planet of spirituality, and Jupiter is the planet of the bigger picture. These planets are your spiritual vision in harmony with your past and where you want to head in the future. You may not even realize where you are going at this point because of the illusory way Neptune operates. It's like being in a fog or way up in the clouds where you can't see. Eventually the fog and clouds move away and you can see clearly. You may be confused as to a divorce or your beliefs about how you share your money with your husband, wife, or business partner. Hidden forces may be at work against you as it pertains to finances. This is a period of your life you don't want to borrow large sums of money from the bank or even friends to prevent any misunderstandings. Lastly, you may also find yourself immersed in spirituality. You may find someone close to you dies, which may really affect your life. Diving into spirituality and psychotherapy may help you learn and understand more of your unconscious motivators. Understanding the deeper aspects of your subconscious mind will help propel you in successful ways in the future. July through September. Although shortly lived, in the middle of July, the Sun, Mercury in Cancer in the 12th house, trine Neptune in Pisces in the 8th house. Both planets trine the South Node in Scorpio and sextile the North Node in Taurus. These are all positive aspects. The Sun, Mercury, and Cardinal Water Cancer are in the keyword research. The 12th house is a mysterious house and probably the most confusing house. It is the house of karma and spirituality, but also isolation, withdrawal, and retreat from the world. This may be a time you are researching into spiritual practices or doing your own spiritual research by going within. Going within yourself is where you'll find the answers you've been searching for. The trine to Neptune suggests you may be researching the depths of your psyche or subconscious. The key word research has to do with going down rabbit holes of information in search of finding truth to situations. The positive aspects to the nodes tell me you'll find what you're looking for. The Sun forms an inconjunction to Saturn, Moon in the 7th house of marriage and partnerships. So you'll probably spend a good chunk of time researching or spying out things pertaining to a business partnership or your marriage. Or you may be looking within, finding answers about yourself in relation to these issues. Saturn continues to square the nodes, so he is asking you to be diligent in your efforts. For a couple of weeks, the Sun, Mercury in your 12th house opposed Pluto in the 6th house of work, service, and health. The 6th house is physical health, work, and service, and the 12th house is spiritual health, work, and service. There's a big difference between the two. Pluto is transforming your work, service, and health issues. You may be searching out or spying out secrets in the traditional medical field as opposed to those in the more natural, herbal, and spiritual types of healing modalities. On August 1st, Mars conjuncts Uranus and the North Node in fixed Earth Taurus in your 10th house of career and status. In the keyword struggle. The struggle referred to here is the combat for supremacy. It represents the conflict between physical and mental forces. Uranus is enlightened thinking. He's always enlightening you to a situation. He will go to shocking lengths to get you to wake up to the truth. Right now, he's waking you up to the future you want in relation to your past. In mythology, Mars is the god of war. He's action and reaction, ambition, anger, fighting, aggression, courage, and drive. What is the action or reaction you will be having? Of course, for you, marriage or business partnerships. This is where Saturn has been in your chart, and he's been squaring Uranus for a long time now. However, Saturn is beginning to move away, allowing you more freedom. During this time, you'll want to take action based on what you've learned and know. You'll be ready to separate from a situation with a partner. Saturn represents the law and government, so this may require a lawyer or legal proceeding or doing things in a legal matter to legitimize the break from these people. If this is a new business partnership or marriage, this would be taking precautions and doing your due diligence to protect yourself through legal means, via business agreements or prenuptial agreements. October through December. By mid-October, things are looking pretty good for Leo. Mars will be in Gemini and will be retrograde and then go direct again throughout the rest of 2022 and into 2023. This is good news because Gemini is an air sign. Leo is a fire sign. Fire and air go together. Air allows Leo's fire to grow. Mars in Gemini in the 11th house of social groups forms a trine to the Sun, Venus in Libra in the 3rd house of communication in the keyword expiation. Sun, Venus form a trine to Saturn in Aquarius in the 7th house of marriage and partnership in inspiration. And Saturn forms a trine back to Mars in Gemini in the keyword reason. Trines are the best aspects possible, and this configuration forms an air grand trine during this 2-week period. In a grand trine, there must be at least one planet in each sign with the same element. Air symbolizes breathing, socializing, and communicating. Mars in the keyword reason is about taking action in terms of enlightened thinking. Gemini is a communicative sign, and in reason depends on its ability to exercise its mind through reason to get many things accomplished. In your 11th house, you'll be wanting to express your thoughts to the social groups you circulate in about issues that are on your mind. These could be about political issues, rules, laws, and government mandates. You may also be communicating with those in your social circles about issues with your spouse, about a divorce, a separation, or legal matter in business. It's a positive aspect where you're coming up with solutions to your biggest issues. Who knows, a judge or government office or official may rule in your favor during this time. The Sun, Venus in the 3rd house in Libra in expiation is about the laws you follow and believe in. Do you follow the laws of man or that of God or a higher power? Many people believe Libra is about balance because it's symbolized by the scales. The scales are not balanced. On one end of the scale is your soul. On the other end is a feather. Libra is about judgment and discernment. You must use your reasoning mind to discern life issues. Are you following the laws ordered to you by God or that of individuals who think they're gods? Are you questioning moral or ethical issues? Have you come to a place in your life where you will take a stand or at least a position? The 3rd house is the house of learning, teaching, speaking, writing, all having to do with communicating. You may be a lawyer where these topics are highly relevant right now all over the world. You could be in any profession in life and still be wanting to communicate your thoughts on these issues. More good news is Mars and the Sun Venus form sextiles to your natal Sun and Ascendant. A sextile is a minor positive aspect. Even though Saturn is part of your air grand trine, he still opposes your Sun Ascendant. Saturn is our hardest karma, or the most challenging planet in the zodiac. He puts us in positions or situations we don't want to encounter or go through. He represents our fears. As I've spoken about, your most challenging area of life right now is in marriage and partnership, and how that affects your sense of self, self-identity, and your life mission. The minor aspects of the Sun, Venus, and Mars are supporting you with their energies. Leo is ruled by the Sun. The Sun is your spirit, your life force, your illumination. The Sun heals and purifies. Venus is attraction and repulsion and love energy. Mars is the action you're taking. Good parts of Saturn can be doing your due diligence, your strong work ethic, your stability, and the stability you provide, your determination and maturity to carry out tasks. When you are speaking to people during this time, it is important to keep in mind the keyword expiation. When we talk about whose rules you follow. Are you following man's rules or God's? Who are you serving? Are you working to help your fellow man or enslave them? Many people believe they are doing great things in this world, yet who benefits? Is the world becoming a better place because of what you are doing? What you are communicating during the end of this year will be in the area of your life that supports what you are saying. People will be attracted to your thoughts and ideas. Being honest and genuine and being in service to your fellow man is important during this time. Pluto in your 6th house of work, service, and health squares the Sun Venus, so there may be some secretive things that come to the surface that you may have to answer for or explain. This is where honesty and integrity come into play. Neptune will also be opposing Mercury, your thinking mind, in Libra during this time, so you find yourself having mental confusion and lack of clarity. You'll be able to perceive things on a subconscious level you may normally not notice. You may even gain some spiritual awareness during this time. The key to this transit is to not make any permanent commitments or permanent decisions. Wait a couple of days or weeks if you are feeling this way. Mercury will move out of this aspect quickly. Writing, teaching, speaking, any form of communicating can cause confusion if you're lacking mental clarity. So wait until you are certain of something before you act. Mars will be awaiting action since he's staying in Gemini through the end of the year. The end of November through the middle of December, the Sun, Venus, and Mercury will be in Sagittarius in your 5th house of joy, creativity, children, and love affairs. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, who wants more out of life. Jupiter represents growth, expansion, wisdom, and the bigger picture. You'll be setting your sights on wanting to have fun and expand your life. Sagittarius is a fire sign and Leo is a fire sign, so the Sun, Venus, and Mercury form a harmonious aspect to your Sun and Ascendant. You'll be wanting to experience the joys of life, for this is where your personality shines. Spending time with your children may be the focus or goal during this time. You will probably want to express your creativity in a way that feeds your sense of self. You'll be expressing yourself in a way that is attractive to those around you. Your thoughts will be focused on a goal or experience. This could be about focusing on your children, taking a risk on something such as a love affair or a project that you are creatively inspired to do. Whatever it is you decide to do should feed your self-identity or life mission. On the 27th of December, Jupiter moves out of Pisces and enters Aries. This is wonderful news for you. Jupiter enters the cardinal fire sign of Aries, which forms a harmonious aspect to your Sun and Ascendant. This should spark confidence in yourself, your life purpose, and grow your personality. Jupiter in Aries is in your 9th house of philosophy, religion, higher education, and long journeys. Jupiter is the guru, sage, and wise one, and archetypally, the 9th house is his house. He wants to expand your learning about topics that will increase your understanding of the world. You may take a trip somewhere that allows you to expand your understanding of the world. You may also find yourself reading books on philosophy and religion that are in alignment with what you believe, but expand your understanding of the subject matter that interests you. Whatever your beliefs are, this is a time to expand your understanding of the world through real-life experiences that allow you to learn, and also reading texts that give you mental understanding. The end of the year should be fun and exciting for you. Please subscribe to my channel and give a thumbs up if you like this video. To have a personal astrology reading with me, visit astrologywithjeffreybryan.com, or you can follow me on Instagram at astrologywithjeffreybryan or on Getter at Jeffrey Bryan. You can also subscribe to my blog at my website astrologywithjeffreybryan.com, and also various types of meditations can also be found on my website. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everyone.